Hey, future product managers out there. If you're tuning in, you're likely getting ready for that big product manager interview.
Absolutely. And in this deep dive, we'll be using RoleCatcher's career and interview guides,
To like really unpack all that advice they have.
specifically for aspiring product managers.
Just like you, we're going to like go beyond just like the surface level stuff
Yeah.
and uncover what those interviewers are really looking for.
And I think something interesting is how you can use RoleCatcher's AI to really present yourself as the perfect candidate.
Oh, and I'm curious about this.
You know, one surprising thing I found? A lot of companies are using AI to screen candidates
Oh, wow.
before a human even looks at your resume.
Really? So AI is picking who gets interviewed.
It's becoming more common than you think.
Oh, wow.
But the good news is RoleCatcher can help you beat these bots.
Oh,
So their AI analyzes job descriptions to help tailor your resume and CV to hit all the right keywords,
oh, interesting.
increasing your chances of getting noticed.
Okay, so that takes some of the pressure off. But before we get to like conquering those interview questions,
Yes.
let's paint a picture of what a product manager actually does,
Right.
according to the RoleCatcher Career Guide.
Yeah. It's not all ping pong tables and free snacks.
Well, those are fun, though.
They are nice perks. But really, a product manager owns the entire life cycle of a product, from the initial research and strategy all the way to launch and beyond.
So they're constantly like identifying customer needs,
Yes.
defining the product vision, and working across teams to make that vision a reality.
Exactly. Bringing that vision to life.
So it's a pretty dynamic role. And
Yeah.
I noticed in the guide they mentioned that product managers are needed in tons of industries, not just tech.
Oh, absolutely.
It's everywhere.
Yeah, you'll find them in everything from healthcare and finance to consumer goods and even nonprofits.
Wow.
The skills translate really well.
Yeah.
And something else to think about as you think about your long-term career goals is that the guide also mentions that product management has different specializations too.
Ooh.
You could focus on SaaS products. Oh, wow.
Mobile apps, specific industries, it all depends on what gets you excited.
Okay, so lots to think about there, but let's focus on acing that interview for now.
Okay.
So RoleCatcher's interview guide lays out some common questions you can expect.
Yeah.
We'll break them down one by one.
Okay.
Share some tips on how to really craft your answers
Sounds good.
so they really shine.
And remember, these are just examples. Interviewers will often phrase things differently.
Right.
But if you understand the core concepts behind these questions,
Yeah.
it'll give you a solid foundation to build on.
Okay, so the first question they usually throw at you is something like, what inspired you to become a product manager?
Yeah.
Seems simple enough.
Don't let it fool you.
Okay.
The guide stresses that you need to really showcase genuine passion here.
Okay.
Think about what experiences in your life sparked your interest in building products and tie those back to the role.
So it's not just about your skills and experience. It's also about the why. What problems are you itching to solve?
Yeah.
What gets you excited about product development?
Okay, so they're looking for that fire in your belly.
Yes.
And I was thinking a follow-up question to this could be have you worked on any personal projects that demonstrate your product thinking?
Oh, that's a good one.
So if you built an app, organized an event, or even just thought about creative solutions to everyday problems,
Yeah,
those all count.
exactly. And all those personal projects can really demonstrate your initiative and your passion.
Yeah.
Now, the next big question you'll likely face is, how do you prioritize features in a product roadmap?
Ooh, that one sounds tricky,
It can be.
especially since there's always a million
There's
things
so many things you could be working on.
you could be working on.
Right.
How do you decide what makes the cut?
Well, the interview guide breaks this down nicely.
All right.
What you want to do is demonstrate a clear process for gathering customer feedback, doing market research, and getting input from stakeholders.
So don't just rely on your gut feeling. Right. Use data, understand customer needs, and make sure everything aligns with the overall business goals.
Exactly.
Okay, so it's all about making smart, informed decisions.
Yes.
And I know the career guide adds another layer to this, right?
Mhm.
It talks about how the approach to prioritizing features might differ based on your seniority level.
Right on. If you're interviewing for a junior position, you might talk about how you contribute to a prioritization process that's led by more senior product managers.
Oh,
But if you're going for a more senior role, you need to show you can own that strategic decision-making
own it.
and really balance all those competing priorities.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, are you ready for question number 3?
Bring it on.
All right, here it is. Describe a time when you had to make a difficult trade-off between competing priorities in a product decision.
I bet everyone has a story for this one.
Oh, yeah.
Everyone's had to make tough calls.
I'm sure.
The key here is to be specific.
Okay.
Don't talk about some hypothetical situation.
Right.
Pick a real-life experience where you faced a challenging decision and outline the factors that you consider the decision that you made and the outcome.
And it's okay to talk about decisions that didn't have a perfect ending, right?
Absolutely. It's more about showing that you have a solid decision-making framework and that you own the outcome, whether it was good or bad.
So it's not about being perfect. It's about being able to learn and grow.
Exactly.
Now, before we move on to more questions,
Yeah.
I want to circle back to something we mentioned earlier.
Okay.
RoleCatcher's AI-powered tools.
Yes.
One thing that can really trip people up in interviews is tailoring their responses to the specific company and role.
It's not a one-size-fits-all approach.
No, it's not.
That's where RoleCatcher's AI feedback comes in. It analyzes your practice answers and provides personalized feedback based on the specific job description that you're targeting.
Oh, wow.
It can even highlight areas where your response might not be aligned with the company's culture or values.
Wow, so it's like having a personal interview coach who knows exactly what that company is looking for.
Exactly.
That's amazing.
Uh.
Okay, back to the questions. This next one is all about measuring success.
Okay.
How do you measure the success of a product? Sounds pretty straightforward,
It does.
but I bet there are some pitfalls here.
You bet. So the guide warns against focusing on vanity metrics.
Oh, like downloads and page views.
Exactly. Those might look good on paper,
Yeah,
but they don't always tell the whole story.
right.
You need to focus on key performance indicators that are directly tied to the business objectives.
So things like revenue, customer retention engagement,
Yes.
customer satisfaction scores.
All that.
And there's a nugget of wisdom in the career guide that I just love. It says product managers are constantly analyzing consumer trends and market data to ensure their products remain competitive and profitable.
I like that one too.
So it's not just about tracking the numbers, it's about understanding why those numbers are what they are.
Exactly. Those metrics are like your compass. They tell you if you're headed in the right direction and what adjustments you might need to make.
And a follow-up question here could be, like, can you give an example of how you use data to make a product decision that led to a positive outcome?
That's a good one.
So you're not just talking about what you would do, you're showing them what you've already accomplished.
You're showing them what you've done.
Now, before we move on,
Yeah.
I want to remind our listeners that RoleCatcher has a fantastic interview practice feature.
Oh, yeah.
You can actually record yourself answering these tough questions and get AI-powered feedback on everything.
Everything from your content to your delivery, even your body language.
Wow, so it's like having a virtual mirror
Yes.
that helps you polish your interview skill.
I love that.
Definitely worth checking out. Okay, ready for question number 5.
I am.
This one is all about teamwork.
Okay.
How do you collaborate with cross-functional teams in a product development process? Product development is definitely not a solo mission.
You've got designers, developers, marketers, salespeople all working together.
It takes a village.
It really does.
Right, and the career guide emphasizes that product managers need to work closely with all these different departments
Yes.
to ensure the product is effectively developed and launched.
And that means strong communication is key.
Yes.
You need to be able to highlight your ability to build relationships, understand different perspectives, and really work together towards that common goal.
So how do we show the interviewer that we're a team player?
Again, think of specific examples from your past experience.
Okay.
Have you ever had to navigate a challenging obstacle with a team? Did you implement tools or processes to make communication smoother? Share those stories.
Show, don't tell.
Right.
And don't be afraid to talk about the challenges you faced along the way.
Absolutely. Talk about how you handled those challenges.
What did you learn?
Right. It's all about demonstrating your ability to not only work as a part of a team, but to also lead and inspire others.
And a great follow-up question they might ask is, can you describe a time when you had to influence a cross-functional team to adopt a new process or approach?
That's your chance to really show off your leadership skills.
Yeah, show them what you got.
Exactly. Welcome back to our deep dive into acing that product manager interview using RoleCatcher's awesome resources.
In part 1, we laid the groundwork, talked about what a product manager actually does, and tackled some of those tricky interview questions.
Right, we covered a lot.
We did.
So now let's jump back into those interview questions, focusing on how to craft answers that really showcase your skills and experience in a way that really resonates with those hiring managers.
All right, so let's pick up where we left off with question number 6.
Okay.
It's something like this. How do you handle customer feedback and feature requests.
Oh, this one feels like a balancing act
Yeah.
because we want to be customer-centric,
Right.
but we also need to stay focused on the product roadmap.
Exactly. And RoleCatcher's interview guide emphasizes that you need to show you can balance those customer needs
Yeah.
with the overall product strategy.
And the career guide highlights that gathering customer feedback isn't just about surveys anymore.
Right.
It talks about how technology has revolutionized this process, allowing product managers to gather data in real time and get a much clearer picture of how people are actually using their products.
So you could talk about how you use a variety of tools and techniques to gather feedback,
Yeah.
like traditional surveys and customer support tickets, to even social media monitoring and A/B testing.
Exactly. The more diverse your approach, the better you'll understand your customers.
Right. And then the real challenge is figuring out how to prioritize all those requests.
Oh, for sure.
You can't implement every single suggestion, right?
Absolutely not.
So RoleCatcher's interview guide suggests explaining how you evaluate feature requests based on their potential impact on customer satisfaction, revenue generation, and how they fit into the overall market landscape.
It's about making strategic decisions that align with the bigger picture.
Right. So it's not just about saying yes to every customer.
Yeah.
It's about understanding what moves the needle for the product and the business.
Exactly. And remember, transparency is key.
Okay.
So if you have to delay or say no to a feature request, communicate that clearly to your customers, explaining your rationale.
Be upfront.
It's all about managing expectations and building trust.
And that communication piece is so important.
It is.
And a potential follow-up question here could be, how would you communicate a delay or change in plans to customers who are eagerly awaiting a specific feature?
Oh, that's a good one.
So they want to see how you handle those tricky situations.
It's about being empathetic and proactive in your communication.
Okay.
All right, let's move on to the final question from RoleCatcher's interview guide. How do you stay up to date with industry trends and competitors' offerings?
This one's all about showing you're a lifelong learner, you're passionate about your field,
Yes.
and always looking to improve your skills.
I love that the career guide emphasizes the importance of continuous learning.
Me too.
It even mentions that professional development opportunities like attending conferences and getting certifications can be huge career boosters.
Definitely don't be shy about sharing how you stay ahead of the curve.
Yeah.
Do you subscribe to industry newsletters? Do you participate in webinars or online courses? Do you engage with other product managers in online forums or communities?
Right. All of these things show your commitment to staying current.
And here's where you can really tailor your answer to the specific company and role you're interviewing for.
Oh, for sure.
Have you read any recent articles or reports about their industry, their competitors, or even the company itself?
Yeah.
Showing that you've done your homework and you're genuinely interested in their world can make a big impact.
It shows you're proactive and eager to learn.
Now, to shake things up a bit,
Yeah.
the interviewer might throw a curveball and ask something like, can you tell me about a recent industry trend that you think is overhyped and why?
Ooh, I like that one.
This is designed to test your critical thinking skills.
Yeah.
See if you can form your own opinions.
It's about showing you can analyze trends and make your own judgments rather than just following the crowd.
So you're not just absorbing information, you're
Mhm.
actively processing it and forming your own perspectives.
Exactly.
Now, before we wrap up this section on interview questions,
Okay.
let's circle back to something we mentioned earlier, RoleCatcher's AI-powered tools.
Yes.
They can be a real game changer when it comes to practicing your interview answers and getting personalized feedback.
Absolutely. RoleCatcher's AI feedback is like having a virtual interview coach in your pocket.
It really is.
You can practice answering these tough questions and get AI-powered insights on everything from your content and delivery to your body language and tone of voice.
It can even point out areas where your answers might not align with a specific company's culture or values,
That's right.
helping you tailor your responses to make the best possible impression.
It's all about helping you present your best self and showcasing your skills in a way that really resonates with that hiring manager.
Okay. Welcome back to the final part of our deep dive into becoming a product management rock star.
We've covered a lot in parts 1 and 2.
Yeah, we talked about what the role entails.
Yeah.
We tackled some tough interview questions.
And even got tips on using AI to really make our application shine.
Right. But landing that first job is just the beginning.
It really is.
It's about figuring out where you want to go from there.
Absolutely. And thankfully, RoleCatcher's Career Guide has a ton of information to help us kind of map out our journey.
Yeah, let's start by talking about the different paths you can take within product management.
Okay.
because it's not like a one-size-fits-all role.
Mm.
There are so many directions you can go.
There really are.
And the guide has a section called Product Manager Career Stages.
Oh, yes.
That really lays it out well.
I like that section.
It shows like the typical responsibilities and skill sets for different levels, from entry level all the way up to those executive positions.
It's a great roadmap.
Yeah.
For example, an entry-level product manager might focus on things like supporting market research and competitor analysis,
Okay.
while a senior product manager might lead the development and execution of entire product strategies.
Oh, wow. So they have a lot more ownership.
They do.
And it's not just about climbing that ladder either, right? You could choose to specialize in a specific area, like SaaS products, mobile apps,
Absolutely.
or even a particular industry like healthcare or fintech.
You got it. And finding that niche that really aligns with your passions and interests can make your work so much more rewarding,
For sure.
and it can really open up some exciting opportunities.
Okay, so let's say we've landed that product manager job.
Right.
What are some of the essential skills that we need to focus on to keep growing and moving forward?
Well, RoleCatcher's career guide highlights a few key areas.
Okay.
Strong analytical and problem-solving skills are absolutely crucial. You'll be constantly analyzing data, identifying patterns, and making data-driven decisions.
It sounds like a data detective.
That's a good way to put it.
And of course, communication skills are a must-have.
Oh, absolutely.
You'll be working with cross-functional teams, presenting to stakeholders, and really advocating for your product vision.
And being able to influence and persuade others is a big part of the job.
Oh, for sure.
And in this fast-paced world of technology, you also need to be adaptable and resilient.
Okay.
Things change quickly.
Yeah,
You need to be able to kind of roll with the punches and adjust to new challenges.
that makes sense.
Yeah.
And the guide also talks about the value of getting relevant certifications.
Oh, yes.
Those can really demonstrate your expertise and show that you're committed to professional development.
There are a few popular ones out there, like the Certified Product Manager, CPM,
Mm-hmm.
the Agile Certified Product Manager and Product Owner, ACPMPO, and the Certified Scrum Product Owner, CSPO.
Oh, wow, mouthful.
Yeah, there are a few.
But getting those certifications can definitely give you a leg up in a competitive job market.
Absolutely.
And it can also help you kind of deepen your understanding of specific methodologies and best practices like agile development.
Yes.
And speaking of professional development,
Yes.
the guide also encourages us to actively participate in industry events and network with other product managers.
Oh, that's so important.
Attending conferences, joining online communities, connecting with people in the field can offer amazing learning opportunities and really expand your network.
It's all about staying connected, sharing knowledge, and learning from each other's experiences.
And don't underestimate the power of finding a mentor.
Having a more experienced product manager who can really guide you and offer advice can be so valuable.
Yeah, especially when you're navigating all the ups and downs of your career.
It's like having your own personal cheerleader.
And sounding board.
Exactly.
Now, before we wrap up, I want to bring up something the career guide mentioned that really resonated with me. Incorporating sustainability into product development.
Oh, it's such an important topic, and more companies are recognizing that need
Yeah.
to create products that are not only innovative and profitable, but also environmentally responsible.
It's a challenge, for sure,
It is.
but also a huge opportunity to make a positive impact
It really is.
on the world.
And that's what makes product management so exciting. You have the power to shape the future, solve problems, and create products that make a real difference in people's lives and for the planet.
So to all the aspiring product managers out there, never stop learning.
Keep pushing those boundaries.
And don't be afraid to dream big.
And remember, RoleCatcher has your back every step of the way. They
Or
do.
you.
Their AI-powered tools and incredible resources can help you not just land that dream job,
Yeah.
but build a thriving career in product management that you absolutely love.
That's all for our deep dive into the world of product management.
We hope you enjoyed it.
We hope you found this episode insightful and that you're feeling inspired to take that next step in your journey.
Until next time, happy product developing.